Hey, happy Monday. There is a whole full moon and lunar eclipse happening within like the next 24 hours. And I woke up just like really annoyed and irritated and all those things today. So I figured we pull a mantra. Also, there was a meditation. Hold on. I hate when my piercings get all jumbled. But there was a meditation I just did that I'm going to put in the description and the comments. And it was really helpful for me today, just because, like I said, I woke up irritated. I know my period's going to start soon, so it's like part luteal phase, part, I think, some of this energy. Because I just woke up kind of like with the ick. Like, I woke up feeling the ick, like, like something icky was trying to get my energy. So also cleanse. Don't forget to cleanse. Don't forget to release some things, hopefully, with this full moon. And as we're going into spring, just have a great week, a great day. So spirit, angels, ancestors, for the highest good of anybody that might see this video, what mantra do you have for us today as all of these planets are moving and there's so many energies aligning? I love myself, I respect myself, and I accept myself exactly as I am. And because it's been one of them days, I'm going to bring out the book and we're going to read it. And I'm going to give you all these prompts so you can go do some internal reflection. My love, you're in conflict with yourself. There have been situations when you didn't listen to your intuition, or it was difficult for you to let go or speak your truth, and the result made you feel foolish and confused. You may ask yourself, how could I have gotten myself into this situation? We are all on a journey, beautiful one. Situations like this don't take away from your goddessness. I read that wrong. Situations like this don't take away from our goddess. Just speak love into yourself. Assure yourself that you give yourself grace in all moments and respect yourself in the highest regard. Affirm that you are madly in love with you. Journal prompt. What do I love and respect most about myself? In what areas of my life can I invite more acceptance of self? Okay, so this actually goes with the meditation, so no, I definitely gotta link it. But I was season dialogue, and it was pretty much like, hey, you don't need to be critical of yourself, right? Not everything is so critical, and it's funny because I got a new deck recently because of a book that I'm reading, and in that book it's exploring some tarot, and I realized I didn't have a deck that I actually wanted to use for that book. And the deck that I got, it's a Light Tears tarot deck, but in that deck, instead of being like negative and positive, it's like light side, shadow side. And I like that because I think sometimes 333 on my timer, I think sometimes we look at negative and positive and look at that binary instead of being like, okay, there's a time and a place for everything and every behavior, right, and every action. When we do mess up, we can't shame ourselves for it, or we can't stay in this energy of beating ourselves up. Even in the day-to-day, this morning, me and my 10-year-old were having a morning, and I could sit here and be angry or make it even longer, bigger thing, or I can be like, all right, and then they need me to X, Y, and Z, so let me get myself together. So by the time I go pick them back up from school, they can have what they need, and I'm not going to shame myself for getting triggered with my kid or for being frustrated with my kid, especially my kid with a no accident. But the point being, you can't beat yourself up when you're not perfect, because that's what makes you human. Going along with that, growth is calling. What is this? The Eight of Cups reversed. Growth is calling, but you may be resisting change due to fear and attachment. So they say attachment is the root of all suffering. What do you need to detach from, and what are you afraid of? And how can you do that thing afraid? How can you allow this growth to come? And maybe even to stop being attached to what it looks like or what the growth needs to look like in order for you to feel like you can actually take this journey, like you can actually go on this path, if that makes sense, with Ace of Swords at the back of the deck. I thought I was saying that. One more. I don't even want to do a dead inside because it isn't a date. Well, I guess we're doing two more. So, this is Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands in reverse, talking about delays and frustrations maybe mounting as things don't unfold as quickly or smoothly as expected. And I'm assuming that the reason these things are unfolding as quickly as expected is in part due to this fear. Or in part even not due to not loving yourselves, right? Due to, see all them cups upside down, to like pouring out into everything. Get out of my kitchen. She knows better, so I don't know what's going on. She's been funny acting. I do have incense burning, but she's been funny acting yesterday and today. So make sure you cleanse your space. Cleanse it a couple times. Like, do what you gotta do, cleanse yourself. Water. Water has been coming up a lot, whether it's a bath or a longer shower. Drinking your water, speaking manifestations in your water, doing those things. But after that Eight of Wands, you have the Six of Swords, right? You're navigating towards calmer waters. You're leaving past troubles behind. You're departing from this stagnation. And the key is going to be to love yourself. It's going to be to stand on those boundaries. And something that Spirit keeps telling me to tell y'all, but I was kind of not wanting to tell y'all because it's vulnerable. And I'm like, I don't want to be vulnerable and have feelings. I don't want to talk about that. Also, you might be seeing repeating numbers. It was just 6 and mirroring numbers. It was just 656 on my timer. But you might be seeing lots of like 7, 7, 8, 8. Those types of things. See, I didn't start coughing until I said I didn't want to talk about it, which means I probably need to talk about it. So today's my mom's birthday. Hold on, my 32, so she turned 73. And I cut them off. And I'm also wondering, like, is that kind of why I woke up in a mood? Because I also knew that today was her birthday, subconsciously and consciously. But I cut them off, and I cut them off because that attachment was part of the reason for my delays. Those attachments were stalling and postponing me being able to be my full self because I did not accept or love myself or respect myself in those relationships. And part of that is because of conditioning. Part of that is because of fear. Because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do it. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to take care of my kids for myself. I was afraid of what would be said about me, which now I'm like, listen, people gonna say what they want to say. And there's nothing I can do about that. Eights. What do we got? 8 of Cups and an 8 of Wands. Eights have been very significant. It's also a number of abundance, though. So, like, abundance, good things coming. But once you actually start loving yourself and once you actually start investing in you, you can start to navigate to calmer waters. You can start to say, okay, what's my energy and what's not. You can start to actually identify what you want. Also, rite of passage. I just like to read what's on here. Rite of passage, distance, and escaping. So it sounds like it's time, this distance that you're wanting from these things that have been pulling from you, these things that have been causing you to feel exhausted, these delays, you're overcoming them. And you're doing that more and more each day when you pour into yourself, when you love yourself, when you do the meditations, when you listen to the subliminals, when you affirm yourself, because that's what you deserve. I get one more. One last one from this deck. It feels incomplete because there's only 3. And I just want to pray. I just want to see what spirit has for me and my people. Ooh, strength. Oh, that Lightseer's deck. The other thing about strength. This is something that has been coming to me for a while. 11:55 on my clock. See, those repeating numbers. like those doubles. But that the silent strength is just that moving. It's the not announcing everything you need to do or not addressing everything. And in the new deck that I got, the strength card is half of the woman is a face, is the lion, because traditionally, you know, there's a lion, but then next to her is a lamb. And the affirmation on this card, I guess we're just going to go with strength, and it's an 8. So I feel like that's about what Spirit wanted from us. This card, the affirmation is strength begins with the choice to be kind to myself. And if that doesn't go with everything we've been saying today and doesn't kind of just tie it all up, in order to love on yourself, you have to be kind to yourself. You can't shame yourself or bully yourself or criticize yourself to where you want to be. And sometimes in order to love on yourself, you have to put distance between yourself and other people or other things. And that's okay. And it could be like, my family's been in my life for 32 years, right? And yeah, it's scary to take that leap of faith. And yeah, it's going to hurt. And there's a lot of grief associated with it. 11/11 on my timer. And also, you're deserving of loving and accepting yourself and respecting yourself. So instead of looking at it as an act of like leaving somebody behind or in a negative light, we can reframe it and say, I'm doing what I need to do to protect and respect myself. Because at the end of the day, you're the only person that can respect you and protect you and accept you and love you to the depths that you deserve. And to know what your next steps need to be, right? And that's okay. But then you can tell people how to love you. And if they don't, well, love them. And of course, you continue to move as you need to. But have that courage, have that confidence to say, I love myself so much that I'm going to take these actions that I know I need to. That I am going to embark on this journey that Spirit has been nudging me to embark on, because I deserve it and because it's my turn. So in the comments, say it's my turn, because baby, it's your turn. Accept yourself, love on yourself. I'm not even gonna pull a dead inside that, because I feel like the energy was already too this morning. And I knew as soon as I brought it out, I was like, I'm not pulling that. I know I'm not pulling from that, because negativity, where we're gonna be kind to ourselves, we're gonna speak life into ourselves. And we are going to do the things that we know we need to do to take care of ourselves. Okay? Love you. Have a great day. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.